Joining us on Blitz is Matthew Lund, head coach of the Commerce Tigers, and a pair of star golfers as well for Commerce, Jeremy Davis, a senior, and freshman Henry Sharpton. Guys, really appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely. We appreciate you having us here.
Now, Coach Lund, we'll start with you. Fresh off of a area runner-up finish, you had a pair of golfers, the two we mentioned, Jeremy Davis and Henry Sharpton, that broke 80, which is phenomenal. Talk about the momentum that this kind of gives you heading into the state meet or the state tournament.
Yeah, that's huge for us because just like any sport, you want to be playing your best when the playoffs come. And, this was kind of the first round of 2 rounds for the playoffs for us because we have area and then we have state. And, just the couple weeks prior to area, we really had been getting our scores down. The guys have been practicing hard. They've been practicing consistently. And they've been playing with a lot of confidence, a lot of poise, which is definitely imperative in a sport like ours. And, these guys, especially these 2 right here, plus the other guys, have been absolutely playing their best golf. And we're hoping that carries over to state. And we have been able to get down to the course in Warner Robins where we will be playing state. And, the guys are continuing to practice for that as well.
And kind of piggybacking off that, what does that look like for you on match day when you're trying to check out how all your guys are doing and you can't be everywhere at once? What's that like for you at area when you're trying to see what Jeremy Davis is doing and Henry Sharpton at the same time?
Well, in golf, it's different because you're right. You can't watch everybody all at once like you can in football and baseball and basketball and other sports like that when you've got all of them playing together. But in golf, you just kind of have to decide which guys need you and which guys can do without you. And there are certain players that want me to watch them, and there are certain ones that really don't want me to watch them. They play a lot better when no one's watching them. And and it's the same way with some of their parents. Some of them don't like their parents to watch them. Some of them don't want to talk to anybody. And it's just very individual. So that's where getting to know your players personally really helps. So as far as the guys on our team, we've pretty much figured out what they need and, more importantly, what they don't need.
Yeah. So Jeremy, let's bounce to you. You from what I understand, you set the Commerce record for tournament score at shooting a 75. Talk about how good you're feeling about that performance and where you are right now, and do you feel that you're kind of peaking at the perfect time?
I definitely feel good right now where I'm at. It was great to be able to go out at area and shoot 75. Past couple of years at area, it's been tough for me, even at our home course. So, to be able to actually go out and see all the hard work I've put in show dividends, it was great for that. And I definitely do feel like peaking at the right time right now because even though I played well Monday, I still left shots out there. I mean, my 18th hole, I made a double bogey. And, so there's 2 strokes I could have made up for right there. And so it's good to see that I'm playing well, but there's still shots to be made up for. So that way, when it comes to state time, I can knock those shots off, hopefully, and improve even more.
Yeah, that's a sign right there of a good athlete, knowing that there's always room to improve. And Henry, you're just a freshman, so you got a long way to go before you continue to work your game up. But you've been mostly the low scorer this season. Broke 40 on 9 holes 5 different times this year. How much of your success and just maybe the mental preparation do you glean from a guy like Jeremy being on the team?
Definitely a lot of it. He's been there for me since the beginning of the year, rides, practice, and all. And he's a good player, and he has good days and bad days. But on the good days, I can definitely glean off of him and want to be more like him and play more like him because he is a very good player. And he's been there for me this whole season, and I'm just glad to have him.
Yeah, and you've done a phenomenal job this year. So also hats off to you on that. Coach Lund, let's go back to you. Looking at these 2 guys right here, you got a veteran senior leader, and then you got the star freshman phenom representing the future of the program. This seemingly would be like the perfect situation for any coach, I would assume.
Yeah, it is. You should have seen Henry's face just now when you said future freshman phenom right there. that's a lot to live up to. And, having a guy like Jeremy and then our other seniors, Cade Tootle and Carter Culp, having guys like that really help because of how mature they are. And they're all different. I mean, everybody, this is an individual sport, but it's also a team sport, even though, a lot of people don't realize that. And, I've said this 100 times already. I'll say it again. I've got 3 seniors and I've had 3 freshmen. And in other sports, when you have that discrepancy in the ages of these kids, that can cause problems because it's almost like having a generation gap.
Yeah.
They're so different. But with this group, as small of a group as we are, and I guess that kind of comes from having a small community, small system, small school, we are very tight. These guys are like brothers, and it really seems like you would think that if you saw this group and hung around this group, you'd think that they've been playing together for 10 years.
Yeah.
They are that close. And like I said, they're Jeremy's always willing to, give these guys a ride somewhere or whatever, or work with them, or, just call them, text them, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. These guys really are a unit, and that goes a long way for as far as a team that is in a position like ours.
Yeah. And Jeremy, to that, how much do you guys, especially you and, the freshmen, push each other? I can't help but think that there's got to be a little bit of competitive drive between you guys, especially you two, battling to see who's the low scorer and that kind of thing. But, in a healthy way, that's a good competition. Talk about what that's like from your perspective.
Yeah, I'd definitely say it's a healthy competition. We both go out before every round and we tell each other, do your best, but I hope I beat you. It's kind of, we both said, we want each other to do best, and we hope we both end up being a low scorer. And so I'd say it's definitely a healthy competition. I mean, we'll sit out there in matches, and I'll hit a good shot, and I'm like, all right, cut me. Yeah. And, definitely we want each other to do well. Seeing Henry grow from this past summer to this school year, it's been great. He's been like the little brother I always wanted, and, to be able to have him and be able to just kind of help him with some things and him even help me with things, it's been great to have it, and it's definitely a healthy competition that has helped us both a lot.
Yeah, very good. A lot of, I guess the saying is a rising tide lifts all boats. So as you guys both strive to be the low scorer, it's going to make the whole team better. And Jeremy, what are you doing? You guys mentioned that you've been down to the course to check it out there. What have you been doing to prepare yourself mentally for this state tournament?
Definitely just trying to keep kind of the same mindset I had going into area of I know what I can do. I just have to go out and do it. Not trying to put too much pressure on me, just trying to make sure, I'm mentally prepared in the way of not setting myself up to fail. Mm-hmm. And then, 2, just trying to make sure my short game has been working a lot for me. I'm pretty confident with my driver and my irons for the most part, and my putting. I'm just trying to make sure I get my wedges dialed in. And with us playing on different greens, we're going to be going to a lot of different courses that will have the Bermuda greens, like UGA and Jennings Mill and Lane Creek. Go in there and try to get practice in because, we want to make sure we have that good feel of the greens that Warner Robins will have, and just making sure we're prepared for anything and everything that could happen at state.
Yeah, and then to that, I think the last 2 years, rain has been a factor, so hopefully that won't interfere with things. But I know for some of the classifications, basically had to just go with one-day scores last year to determine it all. But hopefully that won't be an issue this year. But Henry, what about you? What are you doing to prepare for Warner Robins? And how much practice have you kind of put in for that course?
Definitely the same thing as Jeremy said, just playing different courses that have the same kind of course setup as Warner Robins. And it's definitely going to be warm. There's going to be tons of gnats down there. Yeah. So. And, just mentally getting to know the team better and better and get down there and enjoy ourselves and go into state having a good mindset and not doubting ourselves and just knowing that we can win this thing.
Absolutely. Well said. I couldn't say any better myself. Big expectations for you guys, and congrats on a great season. I know you're not resting on that, though, and hope to see Commerce come away with some hardware.
Yeah, you're right about not resting on that. I can tell you that. We were we were not. I mean, we were very pleased with how we played at the area tournament, but we were certainly not pleased with the results, finishing second. You know, we really felt like we should have won that. And that's going to do nothing but serve as extra motivation for these guys. And I know these two would agree with me on that.
Absolutely. Well, guys, thank you so much again for your time. Greatly appreciate it. Wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you very much, Brian. I appreciate it. And go Tigers.
Go Tigers.